Hello, my name is Dave, and welcome to my channel, Dragonstorm. I'm just here today to talk a little bit about the channel, which I actually started back in 2017 and haven't really done much with since. So this is kind of like a rebranding or a new direction for the channel. It used to be all about Magic the Gathering, and now I want to focus a bit more on art because that's really more of my passion. So while I'm chatting, I'm going to be drawing Liliana for you. And that way you've got something visual to look at, and that kind of gives you a bit of an idea of what the channel is going to be about. I also want to be talking a bit about the character while I'm drawing. So once I'm done talking about the channel and what I'm going to be doing with it, actually, because it won't take that long, then we'll talk a bit about Liliana while I'm drawing. I've got a little reference picture here. This is Liliana Untouched by Death from Magic 2019. Good Lord, that is now 2 years ago. And yeah, so the channel originally began as a way of just kind of like, I guess, tackling my newfound passion. I discovered Magic the Gathering, I loved it, I wanted to do something on YouTube with it, and it kind of occurred to me very soon after I started the channel that I really didn't know a lot about Magic. There's so much lore, so much behind it. And I tried to focus a little bit the channel when it came to like the art, because that really is my passion as well. So I decided to do one video on the art of MTG with Hour of Devastation, which is where we were at the time in Standard, and that was fun. I think it worked out well, but then I got busy and I didn't keep up very well with the standard environment and the art. That there's only one video in that particular playlist, and it might not ever grow more than that. We'll see. I'd like to do more, but I found it was very, very time intensive, and I'm still, relatively new when it comes to the YouTube world. Even though it sounds like I've been doing it since 2017, I haven't really done it in the last 2 years much. So that's where we're kind of at. But yeah, it was fun. I really enjoyed it. I liked the fact that I was able to kind of have a perspective of a new person to the game. Maybe people who saw my channel were able to say, hey, this is something I could do too. Because for years after I learned how to play originally, I really didn't do anything organized. It was always what they call kitchen table magic. And my friends and I would play. We didn't really have decks that were standard because we didn't really know what that was. We had fun, but we didn't really know what we were doing, and that's a thing. So in one of my videos, for example, I didn't quite realize which lands were and weren't legal, so I made mistakes. I made several mistakes. One big one though, when it came to a standard deck, I think it was the upgrading Nicol Bolas planeswalker deck. Which is why I had so many views, because there were so many comments of people who rightly pointed out that I had made errors in that video. So fair enough, made mistakes, lesson learned. But especially now, and if those of you in the future don't know, we're in the middle of a pandemic called COVID-19, which is not fun. And I figured, this is a great time for me to kind of get back into it, because A, I find myself with some extra time on my hands, and B, and perhaps more importantly, other people might have time on their hands too. So maybe if I have a channel which is focused on Magic the Gathering, but also has ties to drawing, I hope that some of my videos will be how to draw videos with an MTG kind of spin on it as well. So that's the goal of the channel, and the fact that I have a goal, I think, is nice as well. Because I think the problem with my last video, last channel, was that I didn't really have a direction. I was a Magic the Gathering channel. I opened some stuff up. I really wasn't all that knowledgeable, and it really showed. It was amateur, and I'm okay with that. It was a learning experience, and it was great for that. So I was very happy for that aspect of it. And it was great. It helped pass some time. I had some spare time when I began that channel, and it gave me some direction, which was nice. I definitely feel as if I'm more well versed in the game now too. I've been playing a lot of Magic the Gathering Arena in the past couple of weeks, especially with the pandemic going on, and it's made me realize how far I've come when it comes to the game itself and the game that I love here. So that's pretty much where we're at. The reason why this isn't a channel which has MTGA content or Magic the Gathering Arena content is because as much as I feel I have improved in the game, I am still very much a noob. I am not an expert in this game by any stretch of the imagination. And as a result, I struggle to meet even the requirements for gold level tier in constructed or draft. In fact, today, I'm recording this on the 28th, I believe. I just hit silver. Now, in fairness, I haven't played all that much this season, but yeah, I just hit silver. So I am not good. I think, and the problem I think lies in the fact that I really don't like net decking. I like doing my own thing and making my own decks, and that's a surefire way not to rank up. There are, especially right now in standard, there are only a few decks out there, and even when I was struggling through bronze, and then oh god, I regret admitting this to you guys. Even struggling through bronze, I came across mostly mono red or red black, the Rakdos sacrifice deck, and I just, man, I couldn't do it, guys. I couldn't do it. Nope. So yeah, this is why we're gonna focus on the art, because that's what I love. And eventually I hope to grow to the point where I'm doing some videos on how to draw certain characters or maybe even certain cards, and having some input from folks on the channel would be great. At some point I'd love to have a Twitter account related to the YouTube channel, and then that way we can do polls and votes and things, and maybe even at one point some sort of Patreon, although I'm not quite sure how that's going to work out yet. Yeah, so Liliana, I think that's anyways. If you got any questions about the channel and where I'm going or where I was with the channel, for those few of you who were patient and kind enough to watch me do my thing for a while, yeah, please just leave in the comments below. Like I said, I'm not a YouTube super expert, but I will try very hard to keep up with comments people leave and responding to them, etc. I also hope to do some work with painting as well as drawing, although drawing is really my main focus for sure. And I hope anyways that maybe I can inspire some of you folks to try drawing as well, and maybe that will help, because I find that drawing in particular is a huge confidence boost. If you can draw, it just makes you look, I don't know, more skillful, more, I don't know. Like whenever I'm out drawing, I get lots of people who comment and just say, hey, that looks really good. Good job with the artwork there. What are you doing? What inspired all of this? What are you up to? And it's great. It's a great conversation starter too. So if you find that, if you think that will help you, or if you wanted to try some of the stuff out, some of the tutorials I'll be doing, I'd love to hear about how you have experienced art and done your thing too. So Liliana is a very cool character. She is probably the planeswalker I think of most readily when someone says the color ally black, which has to do largely in terms of the character, as far as I know anyways, zombies. She's like this wonderful, crazy necromancer, and what an interesting character she is. There are other black aligned planeswalkers. There comes to mind, Soren comes to mind, Davriel comes to mind. There are some which are black in other colors, like Angrath, for example, who's the Minotaur dude. But certainly when it comes to the color pie, the black-allied color planeswalker I think of most readily is Liliana, and she's been in Magic the Gathering for a very long time. This is Liliana, Heretical Healer, and it's a flip card. It shows her past as a healer on Dominaria, and then she eventually does flip into her planeswalker form, and her spark ignites, and that's a cool story too, involving her brother. And I was inspired actually partially to do this video, this art portion of the video, because Magic Arcanum, which is a great YouTube channel, did a segment on Liliana recently, and just like I thought I knew a little bit about her. No, check out that video. They did a great job with her. So you can kind of see she's coming along here, and many of you might have even been saying to yourself, gosh, this picture didn't really look all that good at first. And that's one of the things about art, which we're going to be talking a lot about over the course of, hopefully, next few months in this channel, is that a lot of art is just kind of getting the basics down and then adding shading to it. Shading is one of the huge tricks to really make your artwork look really good. And I'm also not a fan of time-lapse. I might do a couple of time-lapsey sort of things here and there, but I don't think that's something that is good for learning normally. Like you wanna see the process actually happen. Eyebrow is a little too low, I think. Unless she's frowning. She might be frowning, for sure. I mean, she has a lot to frown about. Her history is such that she has been through a lot of stuff. And you can't really see with the sleeve, I guess. This is Liliana, Dreadhorde General. And for a while on the plane of Amonkhet, she went through some stuff. She had to deal with the dragon god, Nicol Bolas. And if you saw any of my older videos, you know that I was a little obsessed with that character. Like, what a cool dragon planeswalker, Nicol Bolas. I should have pulled some cards out of him, actually. He is amazing. One of my favorite characters, actually. And we'll eventually do a drawing of him. I've actually painted him a couple of times now, and he is a lot of fun. He's got a lot of interesting details and a lot of character, even just in his design, which I think is awesome. So the problem with not using time-lapse is that these videos would be very long if I just drew. So I'm gonna just finish up around the eye here, and I'm gonna stop for today. I hope that you enjoyed this first video. We talked a little bit about what to expect at the channel. I'm going to finish this drawing actually with you shortly. I do want to talk about a couple other things here and there. And then I plan to have my first actual tutorial in about a week or so, and we'll talk about drawing eyes specifically. And I'll kind of walk you through that process on how to draw eyes from different angles and different tricks there are to drawing characters and drawing their faces. And the important part, from my perspective, is that art is all about little tricks. So if you are already an artist, if you enjoy art, then maybe I can show you some tricks here and there to improve. And if you're not, the goal is to help get you to the point where you are comfortable drawing. Because again, that confidence boost would be so huge for so many people. And I really do think that if more people drew or just created in general, even, you know, whether it be, you know, knitting a sweater or you know, quilting or crafts, we would all be in a much better place, because anything creative is so wonderful. Anyways, I'm going to stop there for today. If you have any questions, like I said, let me know. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll finish up the Liliana picture a little later. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please feel free to do all of that YouTube stuff, the like, subscribe, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.